Charlie. Eyes on enemy helicopter located to the south.
So I figured in this video I'd tell you my thoughts on sniping in Battlefield 4, and really it's about me learning to snipe. This isn't so much a tips video, although I've got quite a lot of pretty good tips in that, saying that. Not entirely related to sniping, because my sniping is a little bit dodgy at the moment. I got fairly consistent in Battlefield 3, but it seems, I don't know if things have been changed up. I'll tell you about those in just a second, but just like, I'm playing the game maxed out here, and it's so much more immersive. I felt like I remember playing like this with a smile on my face at this point, because it reminded me so much of, you know, the Black Hawk scene where there's the two snipers in the helicopter when they go down to rescue the ones. It just felt so much like that. And incidentally, we got hit with an RPG then as well, which made me feel even more like that. But I don't know. Some people have been saying that the graphics can be improved on this game, but they definitely feel better to me in this than they did in Battlefield 3. I was trying to get the tank here. If you watch the minimap, he drives right over it just then. I thought I got him, like they did in the trailer. But I'm gonna get a tank at some point with that. I actually thought he was just gonna back straight into the hole here, because I don't think he was watching where he was going. But unfortunately, he didn't, because I was already there with my C4. But learning to snipe in Battlefield 4. Well, this video is about throwing out my motion sensor there. That thing isn't a grenade. If you haven't played Battlefield before, basically it detects enemies around you. It's kind of like in The Rock. In fact, it makes a beat, it reminds me so much of that. You know, in The Rock, Sean Connery film, of course, where all the SEALs, they sneak into Alcatraz, and then they have to go up the ladder into like the washrooms, the shower room, and then of course they all get killed in there. But on top of the grate that they have to get through, there's like a little motion detector thing, and I swear the motion sensor of this makes exactly the same sound as the motion sensor of The Rock. I don't know. I've just been sat listening to him for quite a while in this game. C4 this tank. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Clearly not cool. That guy actually saw me there, the guy next to the tank. He didn't die in the explosion. But what I like to do, if somebody sees you, I like to kind of run away like I haven't seen them, and then they come through like all happy, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get an easy kill, like this guy did, and then you can hopefully take him out. He actually nearly got me here. Fortunately, you can't counter knife from the front, it seems. I don't know why. I don't know how counter knife actually works, whether it's based on health or what. I'm gonna have to try and figure that out, like test it out on a server. This guy was actually a really good teammate. Helped me up there. Apart from he just threw a grenade at me in a second. Not entirely sure why, but friend grenade. That's what it must be. The new explosive alternative to friend bullets. If somebody shoots at you and you don't know if they're friendly, you gotta make sure they're not friend bullets. That's the rules of Battlefield. If you need a Battlefield, that will get you killed. To balance out that terrible advice right there, I've got quite a cool tip for you. If you're in a vehicle like this, you'll notice next to my crosshair there as I'm locking on, there's like a white hit marker indicator. That basically, it points towards whoever's locking onto you, because the Recon class has now got 3 gadgets that you can take in the beta. It's got motion balls, C4, you probably always want to take C4, and it's also got a laser designator, so you'll find when you're in a vehicle you get locked onto a lot. And one of the things that people can do now with the RPG is actually lock onto the laser designated thing. So RPG isn't just a dumbfire now, where if you see a lock symbol, point your RPG at it if you're an engineer, and basically there's next to no reason to actually take a stinger in this game anymore to take out air, because if you've just got one Recon who locks on, then yeah, you can just take him out with an RPG, because it will follow the heat signature, even though I don't know why an RPG does that. I don't know if RPGs can actually do that in real life, but if you're wondering, this is actually a tank that thinks it's a boat. It's kind of like the babe of the tank world, I guess, apart from it doesn't think it's another animal. Or maybe tanks are animals. Who knows? And boy, he destroyed that boat, and I died from the attack helicopter. But of course, they do float across the river, so if you want to take your tank across, everybody seems to get stuck on the bridge with the bollards on this map, but sometimes it's quite cool just to use one of those to go across the river instead. Now this, of course, is the laser designator, using it to lock onto this helicopter here. So anybody with an RPG, I think most people don't know RPGs lock on, but any of the engineers on the map could have taken out this helicopter right now. The lock actually does go if you're not aiming at it the whole time, and if you break lock, then the RPG, if there's one following the helicopter, it won't follow it. But of course the guy next to me up in that tower was also locking on. But it is by far my favourite piece of equipment after C4. I find it so much more useful than motion balls, having that laser designator, because it makes you so effective against vehicles, and as you'll see me do in this video, it shows up enemies in thermal. So you can just scan an area of the map, and it sees through the fog as well that's created when the building falls down, so you can shoot people, as I did in the intro clip, right across the map when they haven't got any chance of seeing you, just because you've spotted them with that. And you can also zoom in. There's actually a guy up there. As you saw how bright he actually stood out there. But you can zoom in by pressing the T button. Like, it's kind of got a variable zoom as well there, so you can see it's really a very good bit of equipment, this laser designator. It makes the Recon class so much more powerful. Having said that, I actually think bolt actions have got a little bit weaker in Battlefield 4. I don't know whether or not it's because of the vapor trail. I'm finding it more difficult to sort of line up shots. I wish that was something which could sort of be toggled on and off, at least from your perspective. In the console or something on PC, or maybe they could just put it in the options, because I kind of like it. It makes the shot feel more powerful with the vapor trail, but it does make it more difficult to sort of line up your shot. I also don't know if there's something up with the hitboxes when moving at the moment. There's definitely not a chest hitbox and not a leg hitbox, so you can't sort of one shot to the chest in the beta. I think they'll be in the full game though, as they were in Battlefield 3, because you used to be able to one shot people from close range with bolt action snipers in the head and the chest in Battlefield 3. Seems you can't do that at the moment. I mean, I don't know if this is just me. I've been finding it a lot more difficult to sort of play aggressively, what I would consider helpfully as a Recon. You know, actually getting it, especially with the bolt action side. I mean, the DMRs and the stuff, they seem to have like much higher bullet velocities than the bolt action snipers do, weirdly. So I don't know if that's a bug or something, and whether or not they're going to boost the bullet velocity on them, but it's quite, I mean, I can track and shoot somebody really easy with an assault rifle, like, you know, the AK-12, but I find I'm always missing shots behind people with the bolt action snipers. And I've actually got the same sensitivity, if you're wondering, as in Battlefield 3. I've put a link in the description, if you're wondering what that link was doing, if you've seen it in there. But basically, that will convert your Battlefield 3 sensitivity to the Battlefield 4 sensitivity. This is only for PC, so you can actually get exactly, and I mean to like 0.3 decimal places of an inch, the exact sensitivity that you had in Battlefield 3, if you just put it in the config files. So, instruction in the description if you want to do that and you just get in the game. You know, obviously it comes out for everybody October the 4th. Just a quick tip, actually, this is not related to Recons, but this is to do with the Assault class. A lot of people wonder what the difference between the med packs are. The small med pack sticks to one person, it only heals one person, so whoever runs over it or whoever you throw it at basically heals their health over time. And also, the defibrillators, if you want to repair somebody to full health, not just 20% when you revive them, you need to hold down the defibrillator button, it kind of rubs them together. But I tend to just like press it like quickly to revive them to 20% health, because the window to revive is quite small in Battlefield 4, and then just throw one of those med packs on top of them, and that just heals them over time. But that's what you need to do with the Assault class. Final tip, because I've just thought of it. I never mentioned Zerum, which of course is in Battlefield 4. Basically, where it says T34 at the bottom of the screen, there will be a keyboard button there for you. I haven't got it bound to anything, but where it says 0 meters, if you press that button, you can zero your sniper by doing that. Find the range with the laser designator. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next chapter.